We thought we were just sitting down to watch Fierce TV, but the new Netflix documentary, Reality Check, proves it was actually a nightmare for the aspiring models that were contestants on the show, for the judges, and ultimately for an impressionable audience. From forced medical procedures to literal blackface, here is the dark truth behind America's Next Top Model that was uncovered in the documentary. And we'll also see if Tyra Banks is finally going to answer for it. Welcome to Her Millennial Mind. My name is Kayla. I'm a millennial and I have a lot on my mind. Today, we're breaking down the three-part Netflix documentary, Reality Check, Inside America's Next Top Model. Welcome to Her Millennial Mind. My name is Kayla. I'm a millennial and I have a lot on my mind. Today, we're diving into episode 1 of the Netflix documentary Reality Check, Inside America's Next Top Model. As a baby millennial nugget child, I remember seeing Tyra Banks when she was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She played Will's girlfriend, Jackie. I also remember seeing her in the 2000 film Life Size, where she played alongside Lindsay Lohan as her doll Eve, who magically came to life. That movie had such a chokehold on me. This movie had a chokehold on me. Shine bright, don't be shy, be a star. Where you live, where you are. Be a star, shine bright, don't be shy, be a star. Where you live, where you are, be a star. I fell in love with Tyra Banks. She, for a long time, was my idol. I looked up to this woman. She felt like somebody that I could look up to, but also relate to. And in the 90s and early 2000s, what more could a kid want in a role model? The first episode in the Netflix documentary is titled On Top. And this really uncovers the vision and a breakdown of Tyra's mission to redefine beauty. Tyra Banks was a household name and she was breaking so many barriers in the modeling industry as a woman of color. She was stomping down the runways of the hottest designers in the world. She was a Victoria's Secret angel. She was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and GQ. She was killing it across the board. Yes. At that time in our society, reality TV was all the rage. We were tuning in to American Idol, The Real World, Making the Band, and I believe at that time it was O-Town, which was the first one, My Liquid Dream. I'm showing my millennial here, sorry. And shows like Survivor and Fear Factor. This inspired Tyra to create a model-esque Making the Band type reality show where they would make a top model. Then we were introduced to Ken Mock. Ken Mock is the founder and president of 10 by 10 Entertainment and a television producer. With Ken, Tyra went to shop the idea and pitch it to different television networks like CBS and Fox. After facing countless rejection, Tyra finally got a yes from UPN. I love me some UPN. They had Girlfriends, Moesha. Then I think it turned into the WB, but I mean, that was my channel. I watched that like no other. And the show had a phenomenal structure to it. There would be a teach where the girls would learn a new modeling skill. Then there would be a challenge where they had to put to the test what they just learned. Then they would have a photo shoot or a runway show, followed by judging. Each season, the models would also have the opportunity to get a makeover, which was exciting and controversial. In later episodes of the documentary, they go into more depth on the medical procedures. Makeovers, right? The makeovers that took place on the show. So we will dive into those more in depth later. One of the missions of the show was to improve representation in the fashion industry. And they did that not only through different races and ethnicities, but also queer representation in different lifestyles. And the show really highlighted Shannon, and she struggled with that balance between her sexuality and really exploring that and her Christianity. I appreciated seeing someone stand on business and stand close to their values. As a young girl and follower of Christ, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, she is standing on business, she is standing and holding her ground, and it was really cool to see. Let's take a look at a clip from the show where Shannon stood on business.
To have a photo shoot with Patrick Katzman. It was supposed to be a semi-nude shoot, a simulated nude. We don't have a picture for you guys. I never want to pose nude, no matter how much money or how much fame I would get. If you're not willing to do that, you might as well go work at a car factory.
Go work at a car factory? Janice, she was always on some bullshit.
Or a bakery, because that's part of being a model.
I thought it was really cool that she stood up for herself and her beliefs, and she didn't succumb to the demands of the modeling industry and the competition. Another one of my favorites that was featured in the documentary was Ebony. She is so stunning. I mean, just striking. When it came to the makeovers, they did her dirty. I believe they didn't use the right clippers, and this laid the foundation for the narrative that would later be edited around Ebony, which was completely unfair. And then even Robin, she was in the background like doing that when she was like showing the girls what they did to her hair and like just totally just making fun of the situation. This is exactly what they wanted. They care about getting views. They care about getting another season picked up. They do not care about the well-being of these girls. And this only gets worse as the seasons progress. They really want to mess with these contestants and women's mental health because it makes for great TV. Something that perpetuated this was revealed in the documentary, that the judges and producers would purposely pick the girls' worst photos at judging. They wanted to continue that storyline that the girls were struggling, that they couldn't push through and really pierce through, or that they were inconsistent, when that may not have been the case. The show became a cultural phenomenon and a massive hit. We see clips of Tyra going around to different talk shows, talking about America's Next Top Model, promoting America's Next Top Model. Everyone was tuned in. This was providing an exclusive lens behind the scenes on the modeling industry. This then motivated the network to want to keep going, want to take it to the next level, and the show now needed to outperform the show. But we never got the truth. The producers edited this show down, and we never truly saw the narrative that happened. This documentary allowed the contestants to take back their narrative and share their story. We started seeing body shaming and even age shaming, especially with Robin by Janice. She always made a comment about her body and about how old she was for trying to get into the modeling industry.
Just call it as it is. Robin, first of all, is too old to be starting modeling.
She's huge. She's not going to be a top model.
She won't. That's
She should
yeah,
work for a car toppling company. I think that you guys are the problem with America. I think you are the problem of why women are leaning over the toilets at this very moment and vomiting after they've eaten.
Then we would see other girls, like Elise, for example, be praised for how small they were. So isn't this perpetuating everything that you're trying to stand against? And what does that mean? More extreme conditions for the models and more controversy. As we land the plane today, please let me know your thoughts on episode 1 of the documentary. Was there anything that surprised you or shocked you or left you with more questions? Please let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate you joining me today. Your time, same internet. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.